Well, I've just had a lovely chat with my lady friend in Thailand. And at the time it's Tuesday, 10:07. Just have had another escapade with Facebook, but I think it's solved. I haven't gone back. I sent some money to an email address, so I'm going to do rare. And I think she was a bit impatient because you have what you call, I'm sorry. Right. I think she was impatient, right? Because you get what you call payment. No, hold on, love. Right. Payment pending. So the payment's gone into the system, yeah? But pending means it hasn't been completed. Talk to you. Most people watching this, Graham, are going to be English. Rare. It's like I'm still in Thai mode because I've just been chatting with my girlfriend and she very little English. So I'll click back into English mode. So the payment's pending. So she then jumps again and says, can you cancel payment and send it to this new email address? I go to cancel payment, cannot do, because in this time lapse, the payment has now gone through. So I then have to send a receipt. It's not a big issue. It is, because you've got to go to pay. Well, I can say that. Go to PayPal and then download a receipt for the transaction. Okay, so that's safe to say that. And now I've sent it back because the good news is I've only now got £150 to pay. And I am very confident, unless the sky drops in on my head or whatever, in 2 weeks' time, when I get my next pension, I'll be able to pay that. But we'll see. My mind is thinking scammy, but it probably isn't. Because obviously, bit drastic to chat, but I don't need to change the email, but I haven't seen her response. Right. Well, what can she say? I've got proof that the payment did go to the appropriate email address. And I've sent it to Mark Zuckerberg because he oversees this as well. But I did have a bit of a thing. I can share that. I haven't got a lot of time for the Facebook admin. And there's an admin person that's overseeing it. Why? He starts asking me questions about my personal things here. Because as well as this lottery winnings, I'm applying for a mobility allowance. See, I'm saying it now. In my trip, it means you don't put all your eggs in one basket. Well, I've been faffing about with Facebook now for a year. And in all that year, I'm desperately in need of a car, get it? And that was the main attraction to this Facebook lottery thing, was the car. Although obviously the money's great, but I urgently do need a car because of my disability. But I'm also contesting a refusal to pay me what's called mobility. See, I'm doing it again now. This is for English people, grey, hey. Well, no, lots of people coming here, but even so. Right, mobility allowance. And yeah, be in education. So we have this scheme called PIPS, which stands for Personal Independent Payment. And it's a government initiative. The idea being, but of course it's not actually working out, is that people who are disabled can have some say in what they do with the money that's allocated to them. Funny enough, something like this, although it's already been set up, i.e. I urgently need a car and I will turn my mobility payment, and you can do that in this country, and you will get a car with it. So you just get a little certificate saying you've been awarded this mobility allowance take it to many car dealers here in the area, and you will get a car. But it's a special scheme. So it's like you're a businessman. It's like a hire arrangement, which is far better. It means if the car breaks down, it's replaced. It's serviced as well. And so it's a far better. Oh, and you get a brand new car, and then every 3 years it's replaced. So it's as if you're a company, and companies get a far better deal than someone who just goes in and buys a car on hire purchase. This is different, but it's only for people who've got a mobility issue. So we link that. But I have got a mobility issue. I do get some mobility allowance, but by the sake of 2 points, I only get, makes it really simple. I'm only allocated £20 a week, whereas if I got the higher rate, I get £60 a week. But then again, I can either spend that money on things, which is a big difference, agree, or I can use the certificate I get to go to a garage. And the garage will look at the certificate, obviously proving I'm entitled to mobility and I am a disabled person, get it? Then they will just take the certificate, the money's paid over to them, but I get a car. Again, a very good deal. Brand new car, replaced every 3 years. If it breaks down, I get another car. If I take it in for a service, I get another car. Oh no, I've had the other one. I could sit around for up to 4 hours, get it in the garage while my car's being serviced. But business people can't afford to do that. And in this disability scheme, I'd get another car and just drive away, come back the next time, get it, no hassle. Really good scheme. So I'm applying for that. And yet this admin person starts asking me that. And my mind's thinking, are they, because this is what the admin is. They're like power trippers. And they are the ones that can actually say, well, we shouldn't give Mr. Clark this lottery winnings, or we shouldn't give him the car because he's applying for another car, which is all wrong. Right. A lottery means a gift of chance. However it's done, my name was put in and whatever, and it's like a gift of chance. So you could say it's God that's given me this lottery winnings, get it? Because it's a gift of chance, right? So I've won the lottery, rare, and yet it seems a lot of people in Facebook, in the admin, seem to think they have given me this money. No, they're just administrations of the whole Facebook kabonk, and this is tied in with their job. Yeah, they overlook the lottery program and rare, but that's the vibe. I'm a very sensitive person, and I can see through people's shit, literally. Another word I'm very psychic, and the vibes I get going round in a circle is the admin are trying to do a number, meaning, oh, Mr. Clark's applying for a car and he might get one. Get it? Because that's their idea of doing a good job, right? Oh, we can not send him the car then, get it? Totally wrong. We go round in a circle. This is a lottery. It's a game of chance. I have won the car and the money, and you could say higher powers were behind it. But the problem they have with me is I'm not your average Joe Blog cunt punter. Most people are far more wealthier than me. Why? They don't have a disability and they can work. So even though you could be a retired person, which I am, again, another category, but I've had a disability which has stopped me from being able to work. This is what they can't seem to grasp, I think. And yet these are American people, supposedly. And it's quite simple. So I'm a disabled pensioner, unable to work, do not, this is the crux, have a credit card. And that's obviously part of a blocking. Excuse me. Most average Americans who may have won the lottery, get it, Facebook lottery, can just go to their bank manager. If even not even need to do that, they've already got a credit card. But if they needed to, they can go, because it's a short-term loan, get it? They don't need to even tell the bank manager what it's for, because they just say, yeah, I want a loan for, shall we say, $5,000, just off my head, which would cover all of their fees, get it, for their lottery winning. And it's a short-term loan, meaning they pay very little interest, and they get it just like that. I can't do that. I live on a pension and I live hand to mouth. And that's why it's taken me over a year to pay these fees. And still, I'm getting people that don't seem to appreciate that. Right? Many instances I can quote, which I told Mark Zuckerberg. Many occasions I say I'd sack a lot of these staff that I've had dealings with, right? Because they have abused their position and ripped me off. No other word for it. The last person, and we're not talking coppers, I make a payment of over £1,000, get it? And it's split between two bodies, get it? Then, I'm not told at the time because I wouldn't have done it. No idiot would make a payment of £1,000 if they're told, well, this is only valid for 30 days. Because I am poor, I just wouldn't have entertained it. But that's what happened to me. I'm told later, you've got to pay it again. Now, that's in any courts looking, that's theft. Or it's, well, it is. You should tell someone if they're paying you money that it's only valid for 30 days when it happens, not afterwards. Get it? And there is a court in the land that would not, yes, thank you, make a decision in my favour, meaning you have to give Mr. Clark that £1,000 back. But that'd be up to a court, but it wouldn't look very bad on Facebook. But Mark Zuckerberg, I feel, see, again, this is speculation. There's another ball game to all this. This isn't Facebook staff. Now, I find it hard to believe because my current person, oh, here's your trip. I've been sending money to people in Nigeria. Now, of course, I contested it. Any idiot cunt knows that Nigeria is full of scam. Any cunt on the internet, and this is what people were saying to me. Get it? And I protested and said, look, I don't really, because certain things happen there. Oh, one of the contacts that I sent money to in Nigeria was killed. Now, it might sound dramatic, could have just been a car accident, but the trip was then. This is a certain member of staff. I've got it all on file. Well, we can't get the money. It's a bit embarrassing, but it shouldn't. He was supposed to be someone working for Facebook, right? And that was his job, supposedly, to take payments, get it, and then forward them on, whatever. And I was told to send the money to him, rare, and then he's killed. So it's a bit embarrassing, but yeah, they're meant to be this multi-million company, get it? We're very sorry, but you've just had £1,000, whatever, rare, and we need it back. But I'm just chancelling in the spirit, but being a compassionate company and seeing they've just had a death in the family, and again, his wife, or whoever it was that was still taking over the bank account, get it? But we give you 6 months or whatever to pay this back. That's fair enough. But then I'm not expected to pay this money again, which is what happened. Oh, we can't get the money, you have to pay it again. Now that's another £1,000. Then we've got all the issues of, okay, not Facebook's fault, but there again, it's not mine, that the normal avenue of payment, which would have been Western Union, was denied me. Why? Because about 9 months previously, I exposed a scam artist who was a Western Union agent. You get me? The trip in Western Union is that you send money to Western Union approved agents, right? And that's what I did. In fact, I had 2 names of 2 different Western Union operatives. And in a long story short, or short story long, I paid $900 to this Western Union agent who's supposed to have been checked, get it? And it was a con. The goods, I can't even remember what the goods were now, but it was something, a good price. And then you follow the ad up, get it? And you're told, yes, can you pay? This is where you pay, right? And it's this agent. Okay, so I'm green then. No, he's in America. Oh, yeah, this wasn't a Nigerian citizen. This money went to an American person, an American-based Western Union agent. But I was new to this. Even so, one would think, well, no, that's pretty secure. I've got the name and address. Anything go wonky, that's it. The cunt will just get arrested. Get it? So I did it. Money didn't come. Then I complained to Western Union. Excuse me, and by gods, can I have a refund? And can you have this cunt arrested? Yeah, that's the trip, surely. You've got a name and address. Didn't happen. Go to the police here. Aye. Not in our jurisdiction. So they didn't help. As good as a bucket of wet fish. Oh, yeah, I am having a go. Because surely someone in America, this isn't someone on Kuka fucking mountain, up a fucking thing, or in Nigeria, get it? Which has got, again, with known circle, known reputation of full of scam cunt shit. Yeah. Any cunt idiot will tell you that, oh, you don't send money to any cunt in Nigeria, but we're going around the circle in a circle. Right. So this is Western Union scenario, how it started. Right. So then I've, pushed it a bit, come in here, do something, got back onto Western Union, a few, cutting word phone calls, which are fucking funny. I'm in Thailand at the time. And I do this, hold my phone up, just to give someone a 5-10 second warning. I'm about to do a phone call, but a lot of people liked it. Well, I'll show you when I do it. Phone call, make a thing, right, Western Union, right. But some people would draw close. They knew what was about to happen, right? No, where's my fucking money, you cunt? That's how I start the call. Oh, yeah. But I'm entitled to become manager. I'm entitled to be angry. Well, imagine it fucking blew. As soon as I got through to the cunt, people were laughing, rolling about, laughing. Right? Because you imagine what the person the other end's going through. Where's my fucking shouting at the top of my head? Right, I'm letting them know I'm fucking angry and where is my money, you cunt? Because I've asked them for a refund, get it? Because that could have solved it. All right, well, we can't get the police involved there because of the, but we should, you know, again, I'm morally, well, I can use the word legally, due a refund. Yeah, I can prove that the agent has taken the money, well, they can, and I can prove I haven't received the goods. Refund. Doesn't click. That's why I say to you, good folks, I wouldn't trust Western Union more than a bucket of shit. They are condoning this scenario, and that's what they didn't like, because I took it further. Get it? So then I go back to this company. Right. And this company's advertised, again, false security, but that's organised group, see? American, something that actually use America in its name. But then if you bother to track it down, which I did, it's actually based in some Puerto Rican or something. It's not actually in America. But they're promoting themselves with an American name. And I sussed them out because in the small print, get it? So they're openly advertising this, right? But you have to read the small print. And this is a scam. You're contacted and they actually ask you, what would be your dream prize? See, they're sussing you out. And some guy might just say, as an example, a fishing boat. Right? You know, just, you know, whatever. Then probably a month later, it's so fucking, well, you suss it now. Oh, they're saying you've been entered for this draw and there's your trip. So I've answered it now. And you've won. Yeah, I went ape because I'm trying to start a charity. Yeah. So I said, funny enough, a car. Yeah. Again, what would be your dream prize? Well, I put, oh, yeah, I need a car. And then I said about $5 million. But I put in the explanation, I'm wanting to set up a charity called Black Unicorn. And I could easily, you know, just to use the money to set this thing up. But it's the relief of suffering worldwide, right? So, because that's me again, see, all trying to start Black Unicorn, right? And then I get this thing. Now, forget how much I said. Yeah, they did say I've won a car. Get it? And the thing, I've still got the guy's email address. That's the thing. But again, it goes back to Western Union. And again, this is in Puerto Rico. Something like that. You get me some little, which again, they'd be out of jurisdiction. That's why they set it up. And this company should be closed down. They're masquerading as being an American. Admittedly, it's not many people that fall for it. Most people see this for what it is. Oh, it's a fucking scam. You know, cunts. Ask me 1 minute what I'd like to win, and then suddenly, miraculously, I've won something near to it, but I need to send money. See, there's your trip to get the prize. But again, we go round in a circle. Oh, it's a Western Union address. See, I'm new to it. Oh, it's a Western Union agreement. You know, it's safe. So we've gone round the circle. It isn't safe. You don't get your winnings, get it? And there's no legal action taken against these people. Well, lots of things. Police come round and say, no, which is probably what it is. Oh, someone's stolen my ID, but then we still go back to Western Union. Get it? This is obviously going on. They are responsible. Why didn't you check this person's ID? Get it? And really authenticate that they do live where they say they're living. Get it? And they are who the fuck they are. It can be anything, passport, or, you know, an escalation of the ID security. So again, if it goes to court, which it doesn't, but they would be made to pay compensation. Of course they would, because of their lack of security. Get it? Oh yeah, Western Union is corrupt as fuck. Take me to court, you cunts. Because I'm not alone. Get it? I then go to this Puerto Rican thing, suss them out, and then I get this email listing about 64. It's like a warning email. If you're given this name and address of this agent, it's them that are issuing it, get it? But that's all it is. They are scamsters. So, okay, there's a delayed action, if you get me, that these people are dropped, but they just change their identity, get it? But you've got a warning letter. There's a list of my name was on there, and it was an email address. I'll read it out here, because I do know FBI are doing this, scanning these, because they're not only that, they're sent to FBI. And I've had that said by the local police. That's not the FBI. Yes, it is. It's called FBI agent, and it is a link into the FBI, because you see, generally the articles he does are all about people, criminals that are being arrested and have been arrested, and so they stick their photograph up on, Now I won't find the cunt. I will. It actually should be right back early stuff, this. And it's a basic, it probably doesn't matter. I'm psyching myself. This cunt won't use this ID again, obviously, because he has been publicly exposed. But it's just to give you, see, I'm psyching myself. No, this guy has been exposed. He's one of the people on the list that they send out to say to people, don't trust him. Right. But you just get a new identity, I won't be able to probably talk about. I'm only 27 minutes. That's very short for me, really. And I'm nearly finished unless I get moved in the spirit to move into other things. But I'm just saying, this book, this to the FBI. Oh yeah, I've got these names and addresses and bank details. If this is a scam, we're going back to the Facebook thing, right? I've got names and addresses of people with bank details in Nigeria. And again, I've supposedly been told, that's what I didn't, the police asked me for this. Recently come. So 1 minute they're saying, oh, you're sending this. This is from the bank, right? The Bank of Scotland wrote this elaborate long letter, 2 sides of A4. They're basically trying to play the number that I'm mad. Oh, yeah. And yet I'm not. I'm an adult, as I said to them. And they're trying to say, don't send any more money to such and such, which is the Nigerian. See, this isn't. I don't go to someone in Nigeria now. This person's based in America, and this person runs a business with her email. I'm just looking. Oh, she can be tracked as fuck. She runs a thing through PayPal. So she's got an email registered with PayPal, which they have her address, and she does some kind of little business. She has got 2 emails, that's probably right. One's a personal email and one's for a business. But she can be tracked as fuck. But I could do that. Go to PayPal and I could get her address just like that. If they're doing a company, you can. They must register as a company. And they must register the name and address. And you're not telling me the police couldn't act on that? Yeah! Oh, yeah, lovey. But I don't think it is. See, that's what makes me think. The contact I'm sending now, and I've only got 1 more payment to pay, is genuine. Well, we'll see. Because now Yeah, as I speak to you now, I've only got £150 to pay. So what's that? Oh, it's not £1,000. It's a big difference. And there has been a slight glitch, which I haven't checked up on, but I'm okay on that. Can you send it to this other email? But that could be genuine because, I shared right at the front, it's just overreacting. She probably couldn't retrieve the payment and trying to be quick or efficient has sent me an alternative email, but it's still in her name. Get it? It's not some nonsense. But it was. And I managed to send her a receipt and I sent it to Mark Zuckerberg saying, no, I can't cancel the payment because it is no longer pending. Pending means it's still being processed. So because of that, I've just sent the receipt, which proves I can't find the cunt. There you go. Doesn't matter. That's just a red herring. Yeah. Doesn't, because he's dead. This cunt doesn't use that email address because he is included on the list of about 60 people that have eventually, if you like, Western Union admit they're scamsters. So we'll finish off there. Now I, the person who's innocent, can't send money through Western Union because I go to send money to something else. Or was it? No. Oh, no, it was a payment supposedly for my Facebook winnings. That's the first port of call. And I was given, again, same trip by Facebook, a name and address of a contact person, bank deal, oh shit, well, name and address to send the money to. But when I attempt to send it, and here's another axe, about 300 quid, I go into my little thing in Elgin, which isn't a complete Western Union office, you get me? It's a jeweller's shop, but it's got a little bit for Western Union, you get me? Because that's how it is here. We don't have a massive right. Go in there, I pay 300 quid, you fill in the form, right? Put in the address, it's all secured, and I put my address. That's the initial setup. Generally, the contact's registered to you, and it's if you're going to send more money. So it's a bit of an elaborate procedure, but you do it. The assistant comes back and says, I'm afraid the transaction's refused. Oh, okay, a bit of a pisser. And this is all in front of witnesses, right? Curious people, right? I said, oh, right, can I have my money back then? I just paid it, She goes back, obviously on the phone to someone, comes back. Again, I realise it isn't her, but even so, I give her the cutting word, and in front of the whole fucking shop, I'm afraid you can't have your money back for 48 hours. That's 2 days. That's not just come back in an hour's time or some shit. They are coming the cunt. Yeah. Well, how else would you conclude? They're holding on to your money. It's your money. You've just paid it. And you've got to wait 2 days? What the fucking hell are you on about? I've got a bad throat. I want my fucking money now, you cunts. Well, who else do you vent your anger at? I'm good at saying you're working for a shit organisation. That isn't the way to treat people. Oh, no cunt laid a hand on me. When you move in righteous anger, it's something else. I've seen people drop their beers. Get it? The energy that comes through. And I look round and there's not a cunt that can hardly look me in the eye, let alone come at me and say, oh, you fucking... Because I'm right. They followed the trip. I've just given them 300 quid and they're telling me I've got to come back in 2 days' time. So I blow my fucking stank and say, fuck you, Western Union, you bunch of thieving cunts. and all the rest. Well, the police never came to my door. Think it through. Oh, well, yes, we did take it. They've got to make a statement. Well, we took his money. It's £300. Yeah, rare. And then it wasn't them, right? The management said to tell him to come back in 2 days' time. Now, what would you think if you were a policeman? Get it? You're human. Well, hold on, this isn't right. And then what's the charge? It's the funny bit. Oh, he called you a bunch of cunts. See, I can imagine this imagination. Then it does go to court. Right, I'm charged with calling the Western Union a bunch of cunts and thieving cunts. Then the evidence is brought forth. Oh, I see. So Mr. Clark, what happened there? Well, because the person would be dragged into court, get it? Well, I was told, because she knew it wasn't her. I was told to tell Mr. Clark that he couldn't have his money for another 48 hours. And imagine the fiscal, because that's the way it is in Scotland. Oh, I see. Right. Now, the fiscal can throw something out of court. Oh, yeah. He doesn't necessarily have to swear at Western Union and call them a bunch of cunts himself, but in his judgment, it's clear what he's saying. I've heard enough of this, and you go to the whatever and make an announcement like, right, I hereby, or whatever, this case is thrown out of court. You know, if you don't like it, Western Union, tough shit. Yeah. And their name would have been black to fuck. And imagine what the media are going to say. They'd make a fucking whale out of it. Oh, I see, Miss Glover. But it's said in court. It's as simple as that. And of course they could, because they could do what I do. Person calls Western Union a bunch of C-T cunts. So anyone reading it can suss out that's what I said. Fiscal throws it out of court. It's as good as taking my side. They are a bunch of cunts. And then the rest would be printed. Yes, Mr. Clark paid £300, blah, 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 and was told by the assistant, blah, 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 that he's got to wait 48 hours to get his money. The media being the media would probably just put question marks. Or what? Or they could then rope someone in, a legal advisor. Well, actually, this is technically illegal. Yeah, that was Mr. Clark's money. They refused to send it, but they still got the money there because it's there. It hasn't gone anywhere. And then told him he's got to come back in 48 hours. Well, there's no actual legal precedence for this. In other words, well, whether it's technically illegal or technically legal, then the other side. Then go and consult with some other bus, and Western Union's name would be shit. Yeah. Shit. And then I could be asked, there you go. Well, Miss Clark, would you like to make a sentence? Try not to swear. But then they just, I think they are a bunch of fucking cunts. They should lose their fucking license. We've got plenty of other people, agencies that send money abroad, and they're a bunch of cunts, and they should lose their license to practice anywhere in Scotland. That's my opinion. Perfectly entitled to it. And it's up to the powers that be whether they do implement that. Well, it ain't a big deal in Elgin. You get me? There's not going to be a big job loss, and they haven't even got a proper shop. Get it? Oh, there are plenty of other people that send money, but here's where the trip gets worse. Because of this, I used to have a post office card. Again, I've got relatives abroad, right? and you get this card, and it's to enable you to send money to your relatives or whatever abroad, and it makes the process quick. So you fill in a big form, and then you'll get this card. You can go into any post office because all the information's on the card. And you just say, you can have about 4 different people get on, but all the details have been stashed. Get it? Oh, this is going to Mati Gagago in the Philippines. Imagine you can have more one button. Oh, that's fine. It's just very quick. Put the card in, and I pay the money there, and then boom. Get it? There's no checks. It's already been done. That was stopped. So I go into the post office. I can think, because no one is at the post office service. And it's been blocked. No wonder who blocked that. Western Union. Yeah. And I wonder what they said. Get it? Or if I got a lawyer on this, but again, I'm a penniless bum thing, I see, because I can challenge it. This is my fucking post office, get it? Why am I being denied using this service? But with a bit of clout behind me, a lawyer, and then the shit'll come out. Well, that's a load of bollocks. Far from me being a con artist, it's these other cunts, and then it'll all come out again. These cunts that work for Western Union. I'm the innocent party here. Get it? And this is supposed to be, well, we own the place. This is our post office. This isn't some commercial cunts. Well, what is it? You see what I mean? It'd come out. And I could demand, well, what have they said? And it'd be lies. Hold on, far from this. This is the truth. Mr. Clark was scammed for £900 by this Western Union agent who you now say wasn't. But then it all come out again. But Mr. Clark's due compensation. He'd like his £900 back for a start. And then maybe I'm due legal damages. Again, it's an unlawful decision. Get it? Oh, yeah, I agree. I've got a very creative imagination. And I'm the first to admit that. I used to be head of my English composition class. That's it. Got a concept, write a brilliant story, and have a bit of a twist in it, not the normal thick as shit story. I'd twist it with my imagination, and I'd be top of the class for creative writing. And that's how I first started to channel. That was it. My guides and helpers were with me. And then I'm just like literally putting up my thought. What the fuck can I do with this? Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm putting it up. And it came down. Who the fuck it was, again, you don't know. You don't hear a voice, all this shit. But yeah, I got the whole thing, the whole plot for the film in seconds. Sorry, the whole plot. Well, yeah, I could do that. That's another trip. Oh, yeah. People like Paul McCartney can be given a thing to do, piece of music for this, that, and the other, and he's done it in seconds. And as the ideas have come, he's channeling. It might take an hour or so to write it. Same with me. I'm given a topic for a film. Yeah, this film going to be about this, and I'm fucking away. And I've got the whole script. Boom. Might take me a bit to write it out. It will, because I can't type. That's a fucking joke. But it's there. Channeling. A genius. Yeah. Oh, I can say that. I am a fucking genius. I'm not a fucking retard. And I'm not all the other labels that have been pushed on to me. Now, there's going to be tests. In fact, I think there is a test. If it costs money, I can be given an MRI scan which monitors the level or the percentage of my brain that is functioning. Yeah, this is channeling, but it's right up on the spot. The average fuck pig cunt idiot, right, thicker shits, 5% of their brain is active on average. So it stands well out when a genius has an MRI scan. 97, sometimes even 98% of their brain, get it, is active. Stands out like cunt on shit. Now, some cunt will have that done for me. Well, give me a bit of respectability, because far from me receiving the average normal respect, I'm treated like shit. I am a waster. I'm not, but you get me. That's what's projected onto me. Useless, lazy fuck pig cunt, doesn't cut his front gardens. This is all the shit that goes on with the neighbours around here. Not realising that I've actually got a blood clot in my leg. So any kind of physical activity is out. Get it? I can just about stand up for 20 minutes without my leg playing up. Get it? Let alone using gardening tools and cutting down fucking things. Because it is overgrown, it needs doing. I don't deny that. So we're going round in a circle. I'm applying for mobility allowance. Admittedly, you won't get used to that. But then I may have won a lottery. And obviously when and if I do, of course I get a couple of gardeners in. I'm not an inconsiderate cunt, which is probably what I'm again. No, haven't got the money to do it and can't do it myself. And on the trip of the ivy, which is just in the spirit, the actual ivy is rooted in your garden, mate. And mine. So, yes, take me to court and you'll have to pay half the fucking bill. No problem. In fact, if I got the appropriate gardener, he could say, no, this is all from your garden, mate. I know it sounds like that's how it is. That's the law. You've got someone and they've got this plant, ivy in this case, but then it's shown that the actual ivy comes from your neighbour's garden, the root, but it's manifested or grown because he has probably trimmed it back in it, but the root is the root. He would have to pay the fucking whole lot. And that's what the fiscal would agree. So go for it, mate. That's it. Your next move is to go to the council and say this person's not intending to cut the ivy down. The fucking council will come round here to assess the situation. Then he's fucked, because then they conclude, well, actually, sir, this problem or this ivy comes from your garden. Here is the root. We'll cut it for you, as long as Mr. Clark's in agreement, which of course it would be, but I'm afraid you're going to pick up the bill, and I might put this in, mate. The council aren't cheap. They told me this myself. I had someone complain, again, because it's overgrown, there's like a hedge and there's a little pathway. Well, it is the pavement. And the council came because this person had complained. I shared my thing. I said, well, okay, how much is it? I said, I was being co-opted. Well, how much is this going to cost then? Because they said, oh, well, implied they could do it. And then the guy was really good. He said, well, actually, there's a guy that'll do this cheaper than what we can do it. So then that's just what happened. It did happen. Oh, can you give me his phone number? Or can you give me his phone number and can he ring me up? And the guy couldn't believe it at first. In other words, I was straight away agreeing to do it. And if the guy's cheaper than them, that's my best option. So I was taking his word. And that's it. And even his mate looked at him. because he couldn't believe that I said, yeah. I said, look, you didn't grasp. I'm agreeing I'll have it done. Can you give me this person's number or can you get him to ring me? And like shook his hand, right, it's done. And it was. Guy come round, gave me a quote, 30 quid, said, fine, go for it. And he did it. He did a brilliant job, cut it right back. I mean, we're talking big, fucking, you know, but he had a fucking, I can do it, a big electric saw and all this shit and cut it right back. It cost me 30 quid, but that's, you know, I could afford that. And it was done. And the neighbour and the person who's complaining was happy as fuck, because guess what? They were a wheelchair driver. And it did mean, because of this hedge, you know, it wasn't, well, it could have been dangerous because they'd have swerved out and all this shit. No, so everyone's happy. Right. It's nearly an hour. I'm just looking, because it's just really called updatey. And this is right up to date. I haven't gone back. Oh, I'll do another one. I go back to where this person contacts me regarding the payment of dissent of £150 and still comes the cunt. Well, I don't see how she can, but, you know, well, I'm very sorry. Yeah, the single number. I haven't been able to retrieve this payment. Right. Well, it's your fucking fault, lady. Get it? Because I've had this done once before, but that was a bit iffy, you know, about the payment and the person was killed. Get it? And we're looking at £1,000. Rare. But if they try that, and see, again, I'm playing on the possibility that this is Nigerian filth terrorists who have hacked people's emails, because they're a very well organised group of people, right? And that this isn't the lady I think I've been communicating. Get it? Yeah. So, yeah, the trip could be this email address belongs to this person and is based on this or that. Yeah. But the trip could also be that it's being hacked. Yeah, her end. So I'm thinking that I'm sending messages to this person, and it's not. It's actually going to some Nigerian filth, cunt shit terrorists who've taken over this person's thing by hacking it her end. Get it? And I'm hacked this end. But all this could come out in the wash because the FBI is monitoring this. This video will go to the FBI. Well, they probably won't post it, but it's stacked full to shit with evidence. It's stacked full to shit that, yeah, I've got every motherfucker cunt's address here, mate. And if there is an award in Nigeria itself, or they want these fuck pigs arrested, they've got to have someone, I shouldn't say, who's got the fucking guts to get them arrested. Oh, I would be putting my life on the line. Oh my God, yeah. Imagine I've got enough information here to have the whole fucking lot of them busted. Not just one. Yeah. Didn't share that. So because of this Western Union fuck up, and I've been banned, it got to the extent with Facebook that, you know, she came up with this idea, well, you can send us money via Amazon cards. So, of course, I had to go with it because the normal avenues have been blocked, get it? And it meant I had to go down to Tesco, or I can buy them directly from Amazon. Because, oh, yeah, there's a bit of a, as I found out, you try going into Tesco and saying, I'd like, you're buying 5 £100 gift cards. They have to be, what you do is you take the cards to the shop, this is like Tesco, and they authenticate, or probably a different word, but because it goes through the till, that card is now able to be used because people nick them. Yeah, that makes it clear. So it's gone through the till and they're scanned and they're then activated. There you go. But if you don't and you've ripped them off, you'll probably find you won't be able to cash them. You'd probably be in deep shit. Yeah. Some alarm, not so much alarm, but they will know when you took it to Amazon, if that's the case, or you sent it to some poor innocent cunt, that when they tried to cash it, it would not cash. But anyway, so I was having to do that, but you get funny looks, and I just waffled through, they're Christmas presents. Which it could be. I'm a lazy cunt, can't be bothered to buy presents. I send every cunter an Amazon card, which a lot of people do anyway. So I got through that, but I'm actually an Amazon member. No trouble at all. Get it? I can order them online. I could order 10 or even 100. I'd get them. There'd be no check. Get it? Because I am registered with them. And if I was some regular, get it? There's a limit to everything. You could buy probably 50 or 100, but you couldn't buy 1,000. People might get a bit suspicious. But I was only buying 5 or 6 at a time. Now, there you go. Right? It's all right. You know what I'm doing, but I've been on to Moray Council for lack of salting on the pavement. And guess what we've just had? Well, I can see it. We've had a snowdrop. That's a pun. Yeah, they should be out sanding and gritting the pavements because we've had a snowdrop. And I've already complained to Moray Council again because I have this condition of a blood clot. If I slip up, I can't get up again. The leg just goes dead. And I've done it about 4 times. Slipped up. Okay, I land on my arse and I'm not injured. Well, you could. Rare. Oh, easy to get damaged if you slip up the wrong place. But, and every time, thank God, some cunts come along with a dog or whatever. Because not many people use the pavements these days. Yet they use a car. Rare. Well, I ain't got a car, and it might not be a Jaguar. But anyway, this has happened 4 times, and I've requested Moray Council, people who know where I live, right, number 6 in the night, there's a slip road, literally, and it's like a slide. It's a very steep angled drive, and you've either got to walk up it, same thing, just as dangerous, up or down. Just like a fucking ice rink. Now, they could argue, well, this is a no public right of way. Yeah, and I'm a no public right of way fucking disabled person. And I don't think I should have to go through going through and attending a council meeting. I know, I'm what a cunt, rare. And I've got this fucking slope, rare, and I've got a fucking blood clot, rare, and I've got a fucking letter here from the doctor, rare, stressing I have got a major blood clot, rare, because I've been hospitalised, rare, and if I slip up on this fucking driveway, which I need to go to get to the pavement, see, that's their trip. Oh, we keep the pavements clear, rare. Once a blue moon, rare, you're not on a priority route, rare, we go to Muscle Dog, rare, because they've got schools or some shit. So they've got this system, priority. Well, I'm a fucking priority. Yeah, I'm a disabled person. We go round the circle, and if this cunt slips up, he can't get up again. And I've asked them to provide me with a little grit and salt box because I used to use one. Guess what? Oh, I am having to go just across the road, in a nice little middle-classy estate here. They've got their own soap box, even though the little tractor that comes around is supposed to do it. as well. Get it? It comes under catchment. It's a pavement. But they've got there because I used to use it. I can't do that. Very risky because I've got to carry a bucket, a little shovel across the road, fill it up, and then walk back to where I live. No. And I'm not the only person that lives in this, no public right-of-way road. There's no public right-of-way road. Serves about 5 or 6 other houses because that's the trip. It's a little non-public right-of-way road and there's about 5 or 6 houses. Get it round the back, if you like, off St Andrews Road. But guess what? All them motherfuckers have got cars. It's not a problem. Their car can drive up this iced up drive in a sense, and they can get to the junction and very safely again they're on the road and they're away. But this cunt's got to walk up. And I'm not although my neighbour, bless her heart, was the same. She has to use a walking frame. Get it? So she's very bad on her legs and she's got one of these fucking, right? But again, admittedly, she's got a car as well. But occasionally she'd have to walk up it. You know, she's just going down to the shops or something. And, it'd be a bit ridiculous starting your car and all that. Although in now, got a new co-op. But at one time, it's just always busy and you couldn't get a parking place. But anyway, bless her heart, she's moving on to a sheltered accommodation thing. She can't take a car with her. That's sad. She missed that, the freedom. But anyway, so I am saying, I've asked them to be formally included in their little meetings. I am having a go. I haven't got a lot of time for Moray Council. Bunch of stuck-up little power chipper cunts. The whole lot of them. Every department. Social work department, I wouldn't even shit on them. Yeah, I've been through the lot. God's put me in this position, as God does, and I've seen it firsthand. And I was treated like shit. Because I didn't even get the normal respect of just an average normal person. I was right the other end, treated like shit. Ran a charity, Shamanic Studios, and I'm a manic depressive. But it was a one-to-one service, quality, peer support. So I did act as a peer support counsellor, meaning I'm someone that understands psychiatric conditions because I've got one myself. And in America, we're respected to fuck. Yeah, you're even paid a salary in America as a peer support worker. Did I get a salary here? Did I fuck? This is Moray Council again for you. All I got was a rent-free ex-DOS house for my premises in an industrial, actually it's the best place for it, industrial estate. And this building was used as a DOS house. The walls are all kicked in. It was a shithole. And its last functional usage was a storage area for the local museum. Yeah, it wasn't fit for people really, but they could stick museum whatever articles in there and it's a storage. That is it. Shithole facility that have got fuck all rent for it because that was all it was fit for. So I get given it, mentally ill person, but I didn't pay the rent, but it was just a peppercorn rent, but which the council paid. So it's a cheapskate way of providing some extra services for mentally ill people in the area, which are fucking shit also. Yeah. So I set this charity up. Local businesses were really supportive. Yeah. So I was given £1,500 to decorate it, recarpet it, get it, and whatever. And imagine the labour costs. It got done. The man who runs the carpet shop, again, just very supportive local businessman. Well, I can give him a plug if I remember. Came. The whole floor had to be re-skeeted. You get me? The actual floor's all fucked up and so it had to be what they call, like cement, retreated. Well, that has worked. A guy come in and the whole fucking thing's, and it's quite a big building, all done. Then the carpet's laid and cut, made to measure. Get it, cut, quality job. And that included the area where I used as a mixing room. So it was perfect in a sense for me. The local woodwork place just round the corner made me a stage with a ramp. So people in wheelchairs, all designed and done by them, came in, measured up, and it was in 2 bits so it could be moved away quite easily, but interlocked. Brilliant. An electrician came in and put the multi-core, if you understand what that is, right up the wall, across the ceiling and down into the mixing area. Perfect job. No big cable for people to probably chip up and whatever, and wheelchairs, the whole thing. And he did it very cheap. Just come in, measure it up, did it as well. And the cable was put through. Perfect. So if you know what a multi-core is, that is like a big wheel, professional bit of kit, where about 30 different XLR sockets are, which you can plug things in, get it on the stage, and then that goes up and boom, and straight into a very professional job. Oh, this is a quality facility. Wasn't a bunch of cunts in a fucking kitchen, although I've done that as well. And so that was Shamanic Studios, a quality facility. People used to come and visit it, just to come and look in. Mainly people with, I don't like that word, retarded, but it's a bus trip for them. Yeah, can we go and visit, someone's saying, go and visit Shamanic Studios, yeah, and they come from miles around. And of course I'd treat them and they could have a fresh orange juice, which I'd fitted up, a fresh orange machine, because vitamin C is incredible for people's thing. And so it's fresh. They could either bring their own oranges. Oh, it's quite a trip. Oh, believe me, you haven't had orange juice, you've had fresh. And I mean real fresh, not stuff stored in a shop. This is fresh, made before your very eyes. So you put oranges in, there's a hopper, you put a glass in, you press a button, and it does. Squash oranges. Fresh as fuck. Quality. Yeah, this is a quality facility compared to the other shit that we in Murray have. We may as well go into that, Graham. The mentally ill of Murray have 1 drop-in, might have changed, a week on a Saturday. No fresh food facilities. There is a kitchen and it's in the Murray Resource Centre. I believe we go in at 10 o'clock in the morning and are finished about 12:30. Yeah, 12:30 finish, and opening time I believe isn't till 10. 2.5 hours a week. No food. We brought in our own biscuits, our own tea. We could use the kettles. So we could make ourselves a pot of tea. And we've got 2.5 hours a week. Now, other people who are disabled, obviously, it's their facility. They go there 6 days a week. They have food cooked for them, subsidised or whatever, yeah, but fresh food cooked on hot meal on the premises. Bit different to just having sandwiches and a fucking biscuit. Big difference, right? And then we go into the other trip. Oh, I'm being moved here. Psychiatrically disabled people, right? Now, this is someone with generally a psychotic condition. I'll probably answer it, I probably won't, because if it's, I don't know who this cunt is, but I will. Hello? 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 Come in, number 9. Well, I've got your number and I'm pressing my speakerphone and you're not coming through. Right, well, your number is 842 37606. If you don't speak within a few seconds, I'll just check. So I've got a speakerphone, you see. Hello, cunt brains. Are you there, or are you some wind-up piece of fucking shit whose number is 842 37606? You have been recorded. Get it? And this will be reported to the police. Fuck off, you bunch of cunts. Yeah, fuck off. Now, you heard that. I get this a lot. But they did display their number. But generally what I do, and generally what these cunts do, is they conceal their number. So it's a clear giveaway. This is some wind-up piece of shit. Get it? Well, why else would you conceal your number? Well, they didn't. It's been recorded because I've forgotten it already. And in a minute, well, it's recorded. I read the number out. And there's a police department. You can ring up and say, this piece of shit at the number has just rung me up, didn't respond, didn't say who they were. Can you check them out? Could have just been one of these. The other option can be, again, which is annoying, they have these automated ringing devices. So they can put about 20 numbers in, get it, press a button, and about 20 numbers are dialed. But generally, whatever cunt responds, they will speak to you. Get it? So it's just a chance thing. But this is the technology they've got, right? And you heard, I clearly said, hello, was shouting, who are you? Right? Oh, yeah, of course I'm offensive. I've got every right to be. Right? That's right. There's actually an offence. But if you are potentially ringing someone up, hustling them to make a sale, shall we say, that is technically illegal. And you can report them and the police will take action to the effect that they'll be told, Mr. Clark doesn't want your fucking, well, I wouldn't say that, phone calls, and can you put him off your list? Right. Now, I'm going to round up. What are we? Oh, no, only just over an hour. This is nothing for generally what I call them a channeling. An hour's nothing. I can go on for 2 hours. But it is coming up to dinner, and I've run out of my breakfast, and I've got to buy some milk. No big deal, but I have. And so I will say audible. I'll just, if anyone has, yeah, Tigger, you're local. No, they're all a charity. Yeah. You're the only English-speaking person, mate. Please spread it, Tigger. Although you've probably already fucked off. The local significance of this is that I've applied, well, they are, Tigger, I'll put it out. I am reading between the lines, Tigger, that these pips cunts are not going to grant me my mobility, because that's what they do. And generally you've got to appeal, get it? And this is through an MP. So I've got to that stage. The local MP's taken up the case, or whether he's taken it up, but he has written to them, get it? And they have got to respond to him. Well, I've got the date now, the 10th of February. So it's a bit ahead, but it's good. I'm going to need it because I know it's fucking cold weather. And it ain't going to be a bowl of laughs for me to get out on the streets with placards. But I am going to need, excuse my French, Irish and German, some cunt. So it might not be you, you're a working man, to push me around in a wheelchair. And I'm going to need for someone else, local, that you or whatever, I haven't got one. I need someone to loan me a wheelchair to do demonstrations with placards, pipsqueak a load of cunts, and I'll spell it wrongly deliberately. Yes, it is a publicity stunt. But the trick with pips, if you don't know, Tigger, people are committing suicide because they've been refused pips. And there's a lovely man called Ian Strange who is on Facebook. You see the poster, and it's a big poster. It's got pictures of people, and some of them are quite young, Tigger. Oh, yeah, they're not old cunts like me. Again, I'm crying, yeah. Yeah, I'm crying. They're in the prime of their life, Tigger. They're not old cunts. And they killed themselves because they're being refused a benefit that they're perfectly entitled to. Now, the pips are a bunch of cunts, just as the DLA was. And then you want to put you straight about that, and I can. I had to wait 2.5 years, Tigger, to get my DLA. And that meant going through various try get it rare. And it's just the cunts being stubborn because people who have psychiatric disabilities, they generally give up. They've got low self-esteem. They themselves think they're a load of shit. That's part of being depressed. And they know this. So the DLA would just, it's a joke, a bad joke, refuse any cunt. Initial policy was first application, you refuse. And it got around. People say, you should have your fucking arm hanging off. Oh, I'm a bit disabled, all rare. I want to play for DLA, rare. And you fill the form in front of the cunts and you'd still get a refusal. And they knew statistically, repeat myself, a lot of people just would not appeal. Again, because of low self-esteem. And again, that was part of their disability. Well, I'm actually a manic depressive. And I'm a very sensitive chappy. And I can, being very sensitive, read through fucking cunts that are lying to me. And fucking cunts that should be removed from office. And that's my impression of the PIP scheme. The whole thing needs looking at. There needs to be a public inquiry. So this is the ilk, Tigger. This isn't just one cunt who has been refused money. This affects thousands of people. Yeah. We go round the circle. People are killing themselves because of this unjust, fucked up system that is refusing them benefits. Yeah. On a spiritual level, we all incur karma for whatever we do. We don't get away with fuck all. But there can be a time lapse. This ties in with things like John Lennon. Instant karma. That means some things you can do, you get instant retribution. Fucking ton of bricks can fall on your fucking head. Yeah, instant retribution. Other things, it can take a bit of time, but you will, or they will, get their comeuppance. Oh, if there's an inquiry set up, that's it, and these cunts should be locked up. Yeah. If a public inquiry was instigated around all these people that have committed suicide. And it was found that, yes, they were being treated like shit. Yes, they were being denied a benefit that are perfectly, because it's doctors that should have the last say. Get it? There's your trip again. Not fucking cunt social workers, doctors. And on doctors' authorization, that's it. And that's how the system can be changed. You go to your doctor, and I'm going to go at them, but it's what needs done, and your doctor fills in a little form of shit, ticks a few boxes, and on that doctor's examination, from that date onwards, you are entitled to whatever benefit. Now, of course, we know the system's fucked up and they don't have enough workers, but you would know as the patient, oh, I've got the benefit. It just might take the cunts a few months to work it out. That doesn't matter. It's all backdated, get it? And you can plan your life like me. I can go to the fucking Arnold Clark's and say, oh, yeah, I've been awarded the full mobility allowance. You have some letter to confirm that. But it might take a while for it to come in. But is it possible to have a look around what cars you got and I can book one? All right. And then you can start saving up for other things. I happen to need an electric wheelchair. But there again, if my case is successful, it's backdated. That's the trip I'm laying. My case is backdated nearly 2 years. I've had this fucking blood clot. And 2 years I've got fucking medical evidence. Now, had this other system been put into place, again, repeat myself, I could be as happy as fuck, not get deeply depressed, not feel I think I'll kill myself because these cunts are not doing their job, right? And be positive and say, oh, I've got a fucking car. It's just a matter of these cunts processing it. Yeah. And that'd be it. And the suicide rate will go right through the shithole. Because everybody would know their doctors certified them disabled, get it, and that they are entitled to mobility allowance, and they, again, wouldn't be killing themselves. Because they know, oh, it's just a matter of months or so, and I've got the money, and I can start looking at cars. You can, of course you can. You get a letter. Formal letter, inform you, Mr. Grant, you've been awarded mobility allowance. Boom, boom, boom. Take that to Arnold Clark's. Well, there you go. Hint, hint. Oh, if they're a really good car dealer and they can see the letter's genuine, there and then you get your fucking car. Because they will understand it's from such and such a date. You got it. Maybe not. Because you've got the letter, but whether you'll be paid it, get it? So that's a slight, but it depends on the dealer. Because generally there'll be a waiting period of, well, I don't know, see, I'm going into unknown ground, and hold on, Graham, that's a bit much to expect Arnold Clark to cough up. Well, it's £60 a month. Well, hold on. Well, again, I'm going to... Yeah, it's up to the dealer. Well, this is going to be probably 3 months on average. Yeah, because it's backdated. That's it. Yeah. So it's trust, but you could even sign a thing. I promise to pay £60, blah, 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 a month, backdated to this date. So the person can get their car, but they sign that when they get the benefit, it'll be backdated. That's it. And they will pay the backdated payments, to Arnold Clark, and then it'll just tick on from there. Yeah, it can work. But it's all dependent upon we get this inquiry, we get the pips thrown out on their cunt asses, and that people are sacked. Oh, yeah. Whoever put this pit scheme together, and there's evidence. Well, there's your evidence. People are killing themselves. So there's where your inquiry starts. Oh, this is John Willie, who's only 32 years old, and this is his suicide letter. Oh, fucking, yeah. Oh, I know. I've been there. You would write a letter to get all your, and then you're negative, okay. You might go a bit over the top. Nobody loves me. No one gives a shit. Yeah, and I've been struggling like this for 3 months, living hand to mouth, and they've told me I'm not entitled to mobility allowance. They might not get angry, bless them. They might not like me, say, fuck you, you bunch of cunts, no. They just, again, lack of self. They just go out. And it's sad. Yeah. And they don't even do the bye-bye cruel world even. They believe it's them. Well, I'm sorry I've been such a lazy fucking cunt, because this is all the things that they're told, right? And that I'm useless because I can't have a job. Because, well, yeah, but yeah. And so I'm a useless piece of shit. Sorry, they even apologize. I've seen they even apologize for being alive. Whoa, yeah. I had a brother commit suicide. And I know what I'm talking about. He was a righteous man. So I end on that. Yeah. My brother distributed sacraments, but he was ahead of his time. There are still people who think marijuana is an evil drug. This is for you. You are cunt idiots, and you need striking off, whatever you are. Yeah, counsellor, fucking fiscal, whatever you are. If you still think that marijuana is an evil drug, you need fucking removing from office. Take me to court. Yeah, whatever you are, fiscal, fucking policeman, whatever. If you still really believe that marijuana is an evil drug, you are a cunt idiot then. Yeah. So I end on that note. I'm not looking forward to it because it's fucking cold, but I'm probably going to be looking for people who are prepared to assist me in a demonstration in a wheelchair, which I haven't got. So again, this is all ifs and buts. But on the 10th of February, which isn't far away, I will know whether this demonstration is going to be put into place. And I hope some of you will join me. I know I'm not the only one. John Lennon's flashing in. Imagine all the people. Yeah. I hope someday you join us. Yeah. Incredible lyrics and very relevant, timeless lyrics. Some say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will live as one. John Lennon. What a good way to end. Rare music says it all. Rare. A bit below the belt there. I was going to say keep taking the tablets, but no. That's a joke within ourselves. We, the mentally ill community, we would end up with that, you know. Oh, anyway, yeah. Anyway, keep taking the tablets. And that's about a serious note again. That's about the most that we, the mentally ill, were given as any sign of hope or recovery, which is none. Oh, keep taking it. And that's what I was told. It's a classic saying. So I've been sectioned. I'm in the prime of my life. I'm coming back out into the world in a place I didn't know any cunt. Right? I think I ended up in Leicester, but I don't know, rare, because I was made homeless because of my illness. Get it, but all right, rare. So I'm done a section, come out, and you go to see a doctor generally. You know, your local GP, you're assigned a doctor. So I literally said, you know, literally putting out, well, where to now, Batman? Because I knew I'd have a chance in fucking hell getting a job. Well, I've just been in the loony bin for a month. Rare. Yeah, what a reference. Yeah, all right, rare. Yeah, I'm being funny, but that was the trip. And the doctor did say, oh, don't worry, quote, don't worry about all of that, meaning getting a job, getting your life going on, see nothing about recovery. Very nice drop-in I'll refer you to. And that was me. Signed off, useless pile of shit, psychotic fucking cunt idiot. But the trip is, people who have psychosis are potential geniuses. So it shows how fucked up society is. Yeah. People like Winston Churchill, manic depressive. The list goes on and on and on and on. But still, society, well, some parts of society, oh, you go to America, oh my God, and you get a diagnosis of being a manic depressive. Totally different ball game. You're put into programs where you can get off the drugs. Get it? You can go to an ND doctor, which means naturopathic doctor, and you can get herbal, harmless, safe medicines. Not in this country, Scotland. How you doing, love? Rare. This is to the person ahead of Scotland, Nicola, whatever she is. Your mental health service, loves, looking at. Rare. We got this PIP scheme, and the idea behind it was that we can take some active decisions of how that money's spent. Well, I think I'll speak for thousands of people. Rare. We'd like to go under a naturopathic doctor, please. Rare. And some of that money can be used to pay for a naturopathic diagnosis. Rare. And then we're given medicines that can cure us, herbal things, and we get a prescription, very similar to marijuana, get it? It's a medicinal plant, and if some people, marijuana can assist them, which generally is depressed people actually, we should be allowed to get it, love. So never mind all this fucking shit about independence. Well, actually it's part of it. This is the Nicola Sturgeon. How about getting our medical system sorted out? How about serious research, which incidentally has already been done, into the medicinal usages of marijuana? Then people will probably take your credibility a bit more. Land of the free. Well, it's not, love. It's the land of the oppressed. I can't smoke a herbal medicine in my own country, which has got proven evidence that it is a medicine, then Scotland's nowhere, love. It's the land of the cunt idiots, not the land of the free. And there are many countries. Canada, Northern Ireland now. Yeah, Northern Ireland, and medicinal cannabis is now legal. Well, that's the first step. But you seem to be a bit behind, love. Rare. So I don't vote SNP, but I don't vote anything at the moment. I think you're all a bunch of cunts, and all as corrupt as cunt. There's more things, love, than just money. Oh, this is really good for the country financially, Rare, and we put a lot of attention into the oil industries, Rare, natural power, Rare, and whatever, Rare, and they're more priority than some cunts going on about rare marijuana should be legal. Not really, love. Because any intelligent cunt and anyone with any intelligence can see, well, what a bunch of these cunts are. Marijuana's a sacred medicinal plant, not a fucking drug. Duh. And any intelligent person who's in touch with what's going on in the world, we're no longer the minority, love. Rah! Oh yeah, we're no longer the freaks who just want some drugs. We're talking about a medicinal, sacred sacrament. And for many of us, me included, marijuana is part of my religious practice. And yes, if I'm being refused or not allowed to practice my fucking religion, I am gonna fucking leave Scotland. Well, you won't think, well, who gives a fuck? But I'm not alone, love. And we're talking about Ireland. Here's a prophetic word for you. Ireland's going to be packed to fuck. People are going to flock to Ireland, which has been given all this bad press, only on that basis. Because however you're ill, and this doesn't just mean we're talking all illnesses, and that makes a lot of society, diabetes, depression, and word gets out that you can go to Ireland, you can get to see an ND doctor on your PIP scheme, which should be now, and he will examine you and recommend herbal, safe, not pharmaceutical shit, remedies that can help you, herbal. I happen to have made, that's the name of that positive note, and this is for anybody, you could make your own medicine. There's now a machine that is called an oil infuser, and it does what it says on the can. It can take any herbs and infuse them into oil. Now, oil is a perfect medium for a medicine. See this? See, it keeps, and that's just a run of the mill. You can buy them on Amazon, a massage oil dispenser, but it is because it's got an airlock. Hear that click? That means you can dispense some oil and then it's sealed. The colour protects it from the rays of the sun, again to preserve it, and this will last years and years. But if you put it under a pyramid, but again, this is a new science that is going to be acknowledged, the pyramid will improve the shelf life. This is one thing of anything you put under it. Yeah, it improves it because what it's doing is drawing up the Earth's energy, and the Earth's energy, it's like a magnetic energy, is purifying whatever's put under it. And it's no big deal. Again, it's a new science, but it is a science. In Russia, they are doing incredible research into pyramids. And we're not just looking at personal usage, although that's amazing. You can put seeds under a pyramid and then they're planted and have over an 80% increase in yield. They also develop natural resistance to disease. Get it? The whole plant or seed is changed. It's a different plant. But the shit that interests most of you is talking about 80% increase in yield. You can put stones under a pyramid, granite as an example, and it changes colour. So you've got a clear physical evidence, if you want, that something's going on here, Wilma, rare. But then they take those granite blocks and just put them around the edge of a field, and it's as if that field has a pyramid over it. So all the effects that a pyramid would do if put over the whole of this plot of land is the same if it has these bricks just put around the edge. Same thing. Crops can be planted in that field and their yield will be increased. It's just mind-boggling. And this is Russia. A scientist went to the government. It's all online. Tap it in your web browser. Russian pyramid research. And it'll blow your bollocks off. Because it's going on. It's ongoing as I speak. because they're scientists and they're constantly thinking of other things to try. Oh, let's chuck some of this under it and let's see what water's the main trip. We'll end on there. Planetary healing. Here's a little equation for you. Planetary healing equals pyramids plus water. Or we can turn that round. Pyramids plus water equals planetary healing. And this technology was given us, we can argue, was it extraterrestrials? Was it ancient civilizations that died off, Lemurian, all this? But pyramids are all over the fucking world. Yeah, not just in Egypt, all over the fucking world. Yeah. And another interesting tidbit, there's pyramids been discovered in Bosnia. And they're bigger than the pyramids of Giza. Now, a lot of scientists have poo-hooed this because basically it's disproving all their theories, right? The pyramids in Bosnia are now being uncovered, if you follow me. Never been raided or whatever. To look at them, they do look like they're just a fucking mountain. Get it? Because it's been overgrown. They were built and then they were left for thousands of years. Whoever built them, who knows? We can speculate. So imagine it in that time, all the owner growth and all, everything grew over it. And to look at them, they're just a fucking hill. But this guy, through aerial photography, not only saw there was one pyramid there, there's a cluster of 5, which is often the case. Get me, they're built in like a cluster. And this pyramid's called Pyramid. They named it Pyramid of the Sun. But here's the trip. It's larger than the Pyramid of Giza, so it's not that off the fucking stage. Get it? Oh no, people go to see this pyramid in Bosnia that's still being discovered. Get it? It's slowly being uncovered. And guess what they found? Concrete blocks. And they sent the concrete off to be tested, and it's found to be harder than most of the concrete that's being made now. So it's really high quality stuff. Get it? Made to last, rare. And it clearly indicates that they were, well, can we say man-made, whatever, extraterrestrial made. Although there are still hardcore idiot cunt scientists because they've had their status blown out the water. They've been carbon dated. And to carbon date something, you actually need a living bit of material. And I'll explain it. One of the workers, because they're mainly students, you come and they've got a proper camp there and you can come, and I couldn't do it, for instance, but they're shoveling stuff and all this shit, uncovered. Imagine it's quite physical work, rare. Found a leaf. Again, because there's all this, bloody hell, what were you doing? They found that there's all these tunnels under the pyramids, but that were filled in again. Yet it was like aliens, or whatever the fuck it was, built them and then protected them from being whatever, infiltrate or whatever, and the tunnels were filled in. So it's not like they're having to dig these tunnels out. It's loose earth and whatever that's just been put into field, right? And then they've discovered these incredible complex tunnels under the pyramid. And this is where the water's been flowing. Well, I'm going to spoil it. For 30,000 years plus, water has been flowing under these pyramids. And water's a universal solvent. It'll dissolve anything, diamonds, gold, in time. So all these minerals are adding to this water, and this water probably does go out. Guess what? There's a river that flows right by the side. And this is the same trip as in Giza. Get it? The pyramids in Giza were built right on a river's edge because all the building blocks, it's just one trip, were put on boats. It's the same trip, but this trip's better. Get it? I don't think they've discovered tunnels under the Pyramid of Giza, and those tunnels are obviously built again to allow water to flow through. Get it? Well, this is your trip. There you go. Pyramids plus water equals planetary healing. There's our model. Yeah. And any of us can get your own pyramid. They're available. Stargate pyramids. Brilliant, because this man's just dedicated his life. And he's developed a pyramid that's collapsible, obviously, very portable. You know, that he's done this over years. He's developed a pyramid that can split, get it in lengths, because they generally have to be about 6 foot long or whatever. But these break down to about a 3 foot length, totally portable, light as fuck. This is the other thing the Russians have found. PVC is far better to have a pyramid than metal. Makes sense. Metal is a conductor and it can distribute or diffuse, there you go, the energy that is being brought up. It's generally magnetic electrical energy then. So the Russians have clearly demonstrated that PVC pyramids are the best because they can measure the energy that comes out the top. Again, they're using radar and whatever, and it's the military that has done all this. The military are just kicking around doing fuck all. The government gave this scientists the money. The military are building these pyramids all over Russia. You know, it's not just one, get it? And they're not massive, but they're big enough to store things under, you know, whatever, anything, sea, you know, they're big enough for that. And they're all PVC, get it? They've also discovered that the best shape of a pyramid is not the pyramids of Giza, although they are there. It's what you call a Nubian pyramid. So these Nubian pyramids are in Egypt, but you've got your Giza one, if you like, which is a lot wider, get it? And the Nubian are more pointed. I've got a Nubian one here because these are what you can buy, you know. It's not big, and I'll be very careful because I've just got the corner in. I'm going to unconnect the power. There you go. There is my home pyramid. Now, of course, a lot of people say I'm mad. The average person doesn't have a pyramid in their living room, but I'm a scientist and I'm doing ongoing experiments. That pyramid is just one of the sides orientated north. That's all there is to it. You see it's white PVC, yeah? And it's got my medicines, it's got water. You put anything under a pyramid. I happen to supposedly have to take filth synthetic drugs because I can't afford at the moment to go to a naturopathic doctor. And the drugs they're drugs, there you go, but they're under my pyramid because that's the other thing. Anything you put under a pyramid is purified. So even if these drugs do have potential harmful effects, put under a pyramid, they are being neutralized. But when I do get money, and that's my advice to anybody, right, who's not happy, we'll just say that, with the medications you have to take, go and see an ND doctor. Might cost you 50 or 60 quid, but you announce to your surgery wherever you are, so you're not being a naughty little cunt and stop taking your drugs. You're being an intelligent little cunt who says, well, fuck all this synthetic shit. I'll go and see a naturopathic doctor. We're going round the circle. How you doing, Nicola? people should have the right, well, that's the idea of Pips, to decide what medicinal program they go under. Very basic. No, I don't want to take all this MD shit, filth, synthetic pharmaceutical industry cunt shit that doesn't cure. Get it? Oh, I want to go under naturopathic medicine, which is generally herbs. Get it? Perfectly safe. And once you go under that, doctor, that's it. That's it. You'll get a prescription. And you might need to go back and see him maybe twice a year. Probably get a good arrangement where you can just phone them up. Well, I phone my doctor up here anyway. Oh, hello, this is Graham Clark. Yeah, rare. Oh, these drugs are just a pain in the fucking ass. Or can I have them cut back or whatever? And the doctor trusts me because I'm a responsible person. I can have a change of prescription just by over the phone. Trust. So you ring up your naturopathic doctor. I'm still taking the herbs you told me, but I've got this symptom. That's it. This symptom's come, and they will use a pendulum. I've been to a naturopathic doctor. Lives just outside of Nairn. And the Findorn Foundation to put you straight. There's a few naturopaths, of course they're private. But it's well worth your money. You go for a one-time consultation, they will use a pendulum, and the medicine she prescribes, same trip, but different, is homeopathic. Now that's by appointment for the Queen. Yeah! And they're just salts. There's no physical thing in them at all. They can be based on certain substances. I mean, if you look into it, it's quite mind-boggling. You can get a homeopathic remedy based on arsenic, but there's no arsenic in it. That is what homeopathic medicine is in a nutshell. They are watered down to fuck. So there's no actual physical particle of the original remedy that the medicine is made from. You'll get a thing like 60 times strength, but that means that medicine has been, not they just say shake them, but they've got a machine. So they start off the original remedy, if you like, it's shaken, then one drop of that's put into another remedy or clear solution, if you get it. That's shaken, then one drop of that is put into it. See, it's being watered right the fucking down. And this is the trip. The higher that the medicine's been watered down, if you like, the more effective the medicine is, because it's not physical. Yeah? It's what you call the etheric counterpart. So again, you can analyze this 60 times recipe and there's fuck all in there. Well, here's your tip. You could make a homeopathic, and I'm sure there is, a homeopathic remedy of cannabis. Yeah. Start off with a pure whatever cannabis, 60 times down the line, or it'd be as effective as fuck, but there's no cannabis actually in the remedy. I've got to finish that. I'm finishing on that. Now, this remedy, which I've made through a machine, it's called a magic butter machine, but it's basically an oil infuser. It comes complete. It has a glove, heat-proof glove, and a filter. And then this machine will make a litre of herb-infused oil. A litre. So that's 2 of them. That's roughly half a litre. And to make a litre of this medicine, I'm using a herb called holy basil tulsi. Now that you want to check out in itself. This is a similar herb of the same ilk as marijuana, but perhaps even more. Its genus's name, you know, herbs and plants have that, you know, just strains, and is Krishna and Rama. but it goes further. So that's its genus, and it goes that Fauci again. Just whack it in your browser. Holy Basil Tulsi. Now, I came in contact with Tulsi when I was a member of the Krishna consciousness movement. It's been considered a sacred medicinal plant for thousands of years. People grow Tulsi and put it outside their front door. Get it? Like a protection thing. It's a sacred plant, right? And you can buy Holy Basil Tulsi again on Amazon. No hassle. It's not a drug. Get it? It's not illegal. There you go. There's a 200-gram, beautifully sealed, organic. Get it? And it's just called Holy Basil Tulsi, and that's a 200-gram pack. For those of you understand, there's 28 grams to an ounce. Let's get this straight. So that's 8 ounces. Let's get me maths right. 200 grams, yeah. 50 grams is 50 grams 2, 100 grams 4. Yeah, it's 8 ounces of herbal material. 15 quid. Yeah. 15 quid. Now that will make, to put it more in perspective, 50 grams of that herbal material will make a litre of oil. So that's 2 of them, right? Now, the other thing you can add, which I am going to buy when I get money, this oil is attributed, and there's quite a few conditions it's clearly attributed to being useful, but its major one is it's a natural herbal, antidepressant. Now, how many fuck big cunts do you know that are on antidepressants, drugs, filth? Yeah, you can make your own. Perfectly safe. Yeah, you can't really OD on this. You can to a bit. When I was experimenting, I had a slight, it's gone now, there's no problem. I used to get a bit of diarrhea, but that's because I was overtaking the oil and it was irritating the stomach. So I've cut back and I'm just, well, there you go. Yeah. Get this straight. Yeah, a litre. You know, that's a litre. That's what I make it in, right? I think a litre of liquid, which generally is just milk, a little bit of coffee, but you don't need it. This stuff's got a brilliant flavour. Like I say, it's marketed as a tea. And it is a tea. You can drink it like a tea then. But I feel the most efficient way to take it as a medicine is you make an oil. So we'll go back to that. I'm going here and everywhere, man. So you make a litre of medicinal oil, and to make that litre, we'll stick to that, of medicinal oil, you will need roughly 56 grams, because that's 2 ounces. Yeah? 28 and 28 is 56. So that's 2 ounces. But the machine can actually accommodate up to 2.5 ounces of herbal material to make a litre. But what I have been doing is, so there is only 58 grams of Tulsi, but there's another herb which has particularly been earmarked, and scientific research is going on as I speak, as a cure for diabetes. Rah! Now that's another fucking thing, isn't it? Oh, is it fuck? The amount of money that's spent on filth drugs. I know I'm one of them. That don't cure diabetes, that give you nasty side effects, but probably do stop you to some degree, having to have your leg chopped off. But, you know, they're not curing it. This is accredited with curing it. And it's called various names. But in Jamaica, it's actually a tree, so you get the gist. Jamaican cherry, and it is a cherry tree. So it's a tree that produces, well, cherry as a fruit. But in Jamaica, you can buy it on eBay, as I did, and you'll get a big brown bag. He's not a big fucking fancy, it's just a sideline, because it goes, it's a tree, for fuck's sake. There's loads of material just there, and he gets it and he dries it, and he'll sell you a big bag. I forget what the weight is, but I only bought one bag. Goes through customs, but they seem suss out it isn't marijuana, and he's got a license to some degree, because obviously you don't do thousands of tons of it. Mind you, it's a fucking business there. Whoa! Oh yeah. When the penny drops and words get out, and it's verified scientifically, which it will be, that this is a perfectly safe cure for diabetes. We can imagine the pharmaceutical industry is sitting on this. Bet you any money you like. And this is a lassie in the Philippines. So the story gets thicker. And it's a friend of my goddaughter. It's called something different in the Philippines. It's the same thing. Well, they don't call it Jamaican cherry, but you'll find it, as I did. And I suggested this seriously to my goddaughter. When I get this money, apart from buying her a fishing net, which is a good little business idea, set her up in producing dried, it's called different, herbs associated with curing diabetes. She could even make the oil. So I don't know the practicalities of distributing it again, but that's a fantastic industry. And she just needs to gather, it's a tree, gather the herbal material, get it, dry it, perfect, but dry it in the sun. That's all this guy does in Jamaica. It's dried and then it's bagged up and it's sold as a tea. It's a herbal tea. And she'd just call it, it's got a different name, Aratilis, I think. Again, no cunt's heard of this. This is hot off the press. This research in the Philippines has only just been completed. And again, it's a Filipino student. Okay, she did the test with rats and things. That's the standard way. But any cunt to tell you in the Philippines, well, the World Health Organization, they've got one of the lowest rates of diabetes in the world. You will see it in the towns. Fat fucks, there you go. Obese people, yeah. But in the normal countryside, normal place where people have got a constant, the kids love it. It's a cherry, for fuck's sake. So it's very popular, but all it needs is drying, and then it can be easily transported and distributed, if you like. You couldn't send the fresh thing, for instance. You don't need to. The dry thing is very effective. That's what she proved. And the science will. Or the pharmaceutical industry are going to sit on this. Of course they are. The amount of money that fucking drugs cost that you get if you've got diabetes is no cunt's business. And it's filth. You show me one person who has successfully been cured of diabetes using these filth drugs. There's a challenge for you. Or maybe they dig up a few cunts. Oh yeah, people lie and say, oh yeah, I took this metformin and in 7 years' time I was completely whatever, right? Because that's what's going on. I've got to end. I'm just going to check the time. Yeah, it's just over 2 hours. So you can make this oil yourself. It's generally holy basil tulsi. I'll quickly finish with that. I generally put 2 ounces in to make a litre. The only other thing you can add, if you get some, again, you might not have diabetes, but if you want to take over that, you get what's called Jamaican cherry. Again, you'll look it up. It goes under other names, but the only place I managed to source was, like I say, a man in Jamaica and he sells it as Jamaican cherry because that's what it's known as there. Very cheap. And I ordered, well, I'm going to order 2 or 3 bags. I only ordered 1 because it only has to go through the customs. It's a bit of thing. It take about 6 days, but they're sus. It's all the same thing, and probably even use dogs and upgrade their fucking system. You know, just sniffer dogs. There you go. There's your triple. They don't need to break the packages and that. Just get a fucking sniffer dog that's trained to smell cannabis, which they've got. And the dog just goes past and, it's a load of bollocks, you know, it's not cannabis, you know, it's not cannabis, for fuck's sake. And it'll be quickly shunted through the customs. Fucking Jamaica, again. The amount of people that suffer from diabetes, again, it'll take a while to verify it, and that could be dragged out, because the pharmaceutical. Oh no, they're shitting their knickers, literally. But fuck them. It's filth, whatever it is, pharmaceutical or whatever the fuck they call it. It's filth, and I've been on the filth. I know what I'm talking about, and so do many thousands of other people. Challenge: you show me people that are prepared to say they've been cured of diabetes by taking this metformin and all the fucking rest of it shit. Fuck all. So I end on that note. The other one thing, but you'll learn about this, because then if you see, you check out the Magic Butter machine, which is actually an oil infuser. It can be used for many different things. So you can make salad dressings with it. So it's a useful bit of kit to have in your kitchen, right? But more importantly, you can make your own powerful, working, effective medicine yourself, and it's as safe as fucking milk. Captain Beefheart, yeah, as safe as milk. Now, the way you take this quickly, well, there you go. That's my preferred method. So I make a litre. It's generally milk, put in there, just ordinary milk. I'm into magic and numbers. 21 squirts of oil for that. Right? It's multiples of 7. I'm into magic. Okay, just humour me. 7 squirts are just a cup. If you make yourself a cup of instant coffee, 7 squirts. Right? It's beautiful, it's very flavoursome. You can just, I'm sure there are people that they will make, it is, and go around a circle, it's sold as a tea. It's got plenty of oomph and flavour. Generally, you would just use the herb and put a teaspoonful of that or a couple into a kettle. But that isn't as effective, I'm being told, as the oil. Of course it isn't. Why? Because you also add this other perfectly natural ingredient called lecithin. And it's a powder and it's based on sunflower. Perfectly natural product again, but it's been proven to increase the effectiveness of the extraction by the oil in the oil infuser with this added. So it actually increases the fat level. You want to get scientific, but in doing that, the oil is shown to be far more, and you can see the colour. Right, finish. Sunflower oil, cheap as fuck. £1.50 a litre, right, roughly. Doesn't have to be organic, beefy in that way, yeah, but sunflower oil, lecithin based on sunflower, because you can get other types of more. That's about £6 for a 100-gram tub. It's a white powder, right? And you use I use 5, because again, it's a sort of 5 teaspoonfuls, not heat, per litre mix, right? So that's done. If you can get Jamaican cherry, but you don't have to, again, but that is if you happen to have diabetes, yeah. And 1%, the third ingredient, of hemp tea. The hemp tea I use, of course, is perfectly legal. It's CBD hemp tea, but just in case Again, you will find, thank you, sir, that many people who produce hemp tea and promote it as CBD, they can't be fucking bothered, meaning they will whack in THC cannabis or hemp. Get it? They don't give a fuck. And rightly so. But if you've been sold it, get it, as CBD, organically grown and whatever, rare, which you buy online, don't worry, you're not going to be prosecuted. But the trip is anyway, we're now moving into the homeopathic trip. 1%, it's not the physical component of hemp that is being put into the oil that is, if there's your magic again. So that is 1% hemp, or 1% hemp plant. Again, it cuts your costs down. So I've done a video on, it's on YouTube, all about this. I mean, this is just a tail ender. And I'm under my pyramid and the whole thing, you know. If you're interested in seeing more of these, they're free. I'm not ripping people. They're on YouTube, because this will go to YouTube, all of them do. And it means people, if you can get YouTube, can watch them on your telly. And it's free. But my name on YouTube, it's just an extension of my name, but I'm sure you realise that Graham Clark's quite a common name. If you just whacked that into your YouTube browser, well, there's even a comedian who called, don't think he is funny, but anyway, right, there's a famous comedian called Graham Clark. I think he's a lot of bollocks, but that's my job. But my name is Laird Graham Clark Lifebringer, and that is my full name. I am or was entitled to call myself a laird, but the laws changed. Rare, because I own 1/4 of an acre of Scottish land. Not one of these silly little plots you can get, and that's why it got clamped down on. People could buy a shovel full of Scottish land. And the ego trip was to get a card and could call themselves a laird. Well, mine's a bit different. I bought mine on an auction, got a good price. It's funny enough, sold off on eBay. I got it under what people were paying for 1/4 of an acre. Now, 1/4 of an acre is about half a football pitch. I'm sure you agree. That's a reasonable bit of land to stick a few teepees on, stick a pyramid on, get it. Anything can go on that land that can be taken down. That's the law. So a teepee could be erected because it can be moved. A pyramid could be erected, but it can be moved probably every 3 months of some law. And that's what I want my land to be used with, again, as a planetary healing community. It's right on the edge of a lock. We finished that off. Well, I've just got whatever. You take water from the lock and you put it under the pyramid. Whatever hours, time, again, we pray over the thing, the water, we bless it, we project. Right? We just develop our own little prayers, There's a whole movement called infinite love and gratitude. And that's really all it was, but that's mind-boggling. They found just putting a label, get it, infinite love, get it, gratitude, on their water container, blessing it, but also just you could make them. You could get a water container. This is another business. And it has professionally made, not just a label that's stuck on, infinite love and gratitude. And it's a container deliberately to be used, to be put under a pyramid. You can get different sizes. And it's a container that can be easily tipped out again, whatever. You can even have a trolley, whatever. So you take this big water container with infinite love and gratitude embossed in it. So it's particularly used for that. That's it. It's being consecrated. This is being used to bless water. It's not a water jug, get it? That's its function. So it have its own bit of a unique design and can have nice graphics and people can bring in their arts and whatever. But that's what it's for. Or you could drink out of it as well. So you could design, it's got like a tap. Probably best to have it tested, but I think, well, yeah, but you can get water testers. People that keep fish, buy them on eBay and all, yeah, get them on Amazon, and they're generally fish keepers, and it's just a little electronic device, but very cheap. It's got a chip in it, and it measures parts per million. And what a fish keeper will do, and then monitor his water, and if it goes over a certain level of parts per million, he'll just change all his water. Same analogy, there are recommended parts per million for drinking water. And research has been done on this, and that's mind-boggling. You can buy all these fancy, mineral waters and all the rest, but the trick is water absorbs everything around it. So when the water was bottled, yeah, but then when it's been put into storage, moved around, the water is absorbing everything around it. That's one of the functions of water. It's a unique element. It's like a battery. It stores and absorbs everything. So if you've got this water, again, repeat, even though it's been bottled at some fancy mineral place, but by the time you get it, it's been stored in warehouses and all the fucking rest of it. Because they did these tests. And you had all these fancy waters you can buy, get it? And they were well over what's considered safe to drink. Not well over, but yeah. And then they got some water, there's your proof, and was just put under a pyramid for 7 hours. Tap water even, yeah. And it was lower parts per million than these fancy bottled. And that's my situation at my home. I have a pyramid up in my loft, which I do occasionally sit under. It's the one you may see. It's copper. And I've done some videos on it about this one. Yeah. But the trip is you follow the edge of the pyramid, because it's up in the loft, down till it hits the ground. Get it? And I'm under that pyramid now. Yeah. But more importantly, my water pipes that come into my home are under that. And it blew me away. Just a bit of whatever. I tested my tap water. I think you've already sussed. And it was lower parts per million than this fucking bottled water I was buying. Admittedly, you could argue, and that would work. You'd take your bottled water, stick that under a pyramid, and eventually it would be purified. Yeah. Yeah. But to think my very tap water is purer than bottled water. And any of you, you've got a loft, whack a pyramid up there, so it's like me, get it in your front room, although I'm doing ongoing things very rare. And this place is my bolt hole. We go on that circle. 2 people couldn't live here. I don't have anybody here. This is my sacred space, my meditation place. Yeah. And I've been on retreat, meditating, in my sacred space for years because of my bad leg. And I'm really looking forward to getting a car because I'd like to look up some old friends I haven't seen for years. I think they've just thought, bless them, oh, Graham's, depressed, and don't bother him, he'll be all right. Which people can do. With depression, you can have it for years and years. Now, here's your hit line. These people that are committing suicide are not weak-minded. Get it? All the shit we get put on us. They're probably very intelligent people. and as an intelligent person, they weigh up their life. Well, is this how I've got to go on then? So they're putting up with this benefit they get, but they're struggling like fuck. They've applied for this new PIPS benefit and have been refused. And they put 2 and 2 together and get 6. That's what my brother did. He weighed up, very intelligent, the quality of his life. Maybe we should end on that. My brother was sectioned under the Mental Health Act. He was hounded by the drug squad. And there's no other word. Quickly share that. He stood up for a friend who was wrongly being arrested because this is in a pub on a Sunday and they had signs up in the pub. This is a no-blow area and everybody respected that. Why? Because the law would be if the place is raided, people just throw their stuff on the floor, see no proof of it, and it would be the landlady that would be busted to fuck, because that's how the law was, allowing your premises. See, this is how all these things have got to be changed, for fuck's sake. Legalise it, you cunt idiots. Yeah, this is to all of you. Scotland, Ireland, England, fucking legalise it, you cunt idiots. And that's how strongly people feel. Yeah. You're stopping me from practicing my religion. Fuck you. I will move. You might say, well, fucking good riddance. Cutting word. This cunt is a channel for the teacher of angels and men. And this is being authenticated now as I speak to you. Now, this is scriptural. Not some airy-fairy new age shit. You can go to all your airy-fairy new age channels and say this guy claims he's a channel for not limitless love and that's a Freudian slip. Yeah, I met David Spangler and I received the anointing for that. And I mean met. Physically our auras clashed and we were doing the washing up together. So I've met David Spangler. As I met Eileen Caddy. Met me and Eileen. I say this, but as a punch, we've had tea together. I was a guest, just me and her, for about an hour and a half. She sussed who the fuck I am or what I can be. But Peter Caddy was a different fucking matter. Oh no, he didn't suss me out, a cunt. Yeah, okay. But Eileen Caddy did, and Eileen Caddy was the founder of the Findorn Foundation, not Peter Caddy. He was just married to Eileen, and that's about it. And as it came out, it's a sham of a marriage. But bless her heart, yeah, and all that can be substantiated. But anyway, whoa, we're going some ground today, Graham. This is going to rock a few boats. Back to earth. Well, I am down to earth. I'm just putting a few thoughts up. Is there anything else I need to share? Just as simple as that. I think I've done it 6 times over. No, that's it. Again, anyone who wants to learn more, my YouTube address, again, I share that, is Laird Graham Clark Lifebringer. Anyone who wants to connect with me, my email address is Gampa, I spell that, GHAMPA 77 @gmail.com. I'm also trying to start, you'll know about this, but you can check this out. I'm in the process of getting accredited as a miracle healer. And this will be done through the Findorn Foundation. Or they might resist it, but I can name names and that. And all they've got to say is, well, yes, this did happen, as Mr. Clark has described it. Right. Lauren, based in America. One of the, what you could call the foundation elders. This can be still re-verified. One of the people I did a healing miracle was possibly the heir to Baxter's. Again, I'll just leave it at that. But it could be Walker's. But you'll suss who it is out because his father is an out-and-out atheist cunt, and his father was having him sectioned because of his religious beliefs. When I ministered to this man, he was under section already, meaning he had done a runner from Ward 4 under section, again because of his religious beliefs, right? I don't know what he'd done, he didn't talk about this, but this instant he'd smashed up a church in Forres. Yeah, then got a taxi to Findhorn, and we just happened, being sarcastic, happened to meet. Right place, right time. This man needed deliverance ministry. All right? So I took him down in front of many witnesses, the Findhorn River, and I gave him deliverance ministry. Now, I wasn't baptizing him, but yeah. I think he'd already been baptized, but that doesn't matter. And people remember this years ago, doesn't matter. Cupped up water, blessed it, prayed out, blessed Father God, may this water be blessed. And when it touches such and such head, he is released from anything that may be disturbing. And I asked him, this in the name of Jesus Christ. So then the water was, put my hand on his shoulder to ground him. And there was a reaction like you see on the movies. Did it again, reaction. It's like demonic forces were leaving him. That's all right. Third time, though, nothing. So I knew that it had finished. Looked him in the eye. You know, are you okay? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you know, he is. Right, fine. What mantra again? What do you want to do now? Then I asked. Oh, I think I better go back to hospital. Because he realised carrying on just running isn't going to be any good. So we walked down to the Kimberley Arms. She knows exactly where we are, right? And I phoned the police on his request. Get through to see if your police see their part of this, whether they like it or not. They came, and if this man was a potential man of wealth and taste, get it? Well, they'd know that. Daddy owns fucking Baxter's, right? Big wealthy motherfucker cunt. And that's how the medical authorities treated it as well. Daddy says he's got to be injected because he's spiritually deluded. Yeah. So this is an atheistic cunt. If I'm a fiscal, right, this is an atheistic cunt laying his religious beliefs on his son. So he doesn't believe in God, doesn't believe in Jesus, but he's abusing his power by insisting that his son is sedated. And that's what was happening. Again, he had just done a runner, and he told me as well, well, will you come and see me? I said, yes, I would. And he said, oh, I'll probably be heavily sedated. This has happened before and before and before. And it wouldn't surprise me 2 pennies to a cunt that this man is under section now. His father's such an atheistic piece of cunt shit that he would have his son sectioned, that's locked away in a lock-up ward or whatever, because of his religious beliefs. Well, now you can see why this cunt's on the case. Oh, yeah, I'd have that cunt fucking locked up. And I would be outside his fucking factory if I definitively found out who the fuck he was. And I would be calling him all the numbs under the sun, and I hope the cunt does take me to court. Yeah, you'd have to take a private action because the law is you can't get, it's not an offence, as far as I know, to call someone a cunt. It's not an offence to call them a cunt idiot. His only option would be, and imagine when it goes to court. Imagine the priest trying to keep a straight face. Well, Your Honour, Mr. Clark is charged with causing such and such walkers or such and such Baxters, right, you sir? Very wealthy fuck pig cunt businessman. Of course he wouldn't say that, but right. Of calling him a cunt. Yeah. And we also called him other religious, sort of defamities, if you like. An atheistic piece of shit, Your Honour. Right, now you, the jury, yeah, and get all this evidence. Imagine it. All these other people come to court prepared to swear, well, actually, he's an atheistic piece of shit. And actually, he has his son sectioned. They're all people that know him and that, it could just be his workers in his factory, but they would know. They would know. Oh, he had his son sectioned. He's locked up. Fucking hell. Yeah. Well, why was that? Well, his son was actually very religious. Again, God's humour's in that. His son's very devout. Get it? Does believe in Jesus. And he, being an atheist, you can't help, being an atheist then, has had his own son locked up. Well, that ain't right. However, they would say, right, but it goes to court. And he can have all the fanciest fucking... Well, he wouldn't, because I'm saying this. Don't be silly, man. Only a real cunt idiot would do that, because he would be exposed for what he is. And thank God, if it was, the man is released. And one prayer from me and the cunts as right as rain. The trip is, with healing miracles, by their faith be it so. And the scripture that substantiates that, he, this is Jesus, could do no good works there because of their unbelief. That says it all. So you could be a fucking good healer, but if the person coming to you for healing doesn't really believe anything's going to happen, it fucking won't. Because there's your analogy. It didn't happen with Jesus. And the other analogy to that, by your faith be it so. Centurion comes up. I've got a sick slave, come and heal him. Well, I'm afraid I can't. He's doing someone else. He's already on the way to someone else. But he's touched his robe. Get it? He's linked in. By your faith be, go home and by your faith be it so. And this is scripture again. The guy goes home, he says, it's all symbolic. Centurion, and the slave is healed, and that man becomes converted to being a Christian. Yeah. Anyway, I'm being told. Oh, yeah, it's gone 1 o'clock. I've only had my morning medicine, and I need to go out and get some milk. That's all. I am trying to start a charity called Black Unicorn. Occasionally, I've been over 10 years doing this. And that's been my cross, if you like. Unknown, penniless bum. Get it? So here's your trip. Oh, yeah, I'm very poor and have been for most of my life. And unfortunately, in this corrupt, fucked up society, people are assessed by their wealth. Yeah. Man and wealth and taste. How you doing, Mick? Yeah. So someone like me who's right at the bottom of the fucking pile, imagine it. Well, that is it. I ask people, which is your mantra, and they haven't helped. Who's he? Oh, he's just some fucking nutter and he's got this idea for a charity. Because they would say, probably, well, start it yourself, you cunt. true. Or why haven't you got any money then? If you're this genius, how come you haven't? Well, because society has stopped me. You try getting a job and you've been diagnosed with having a psychotic episode. Then I turn it round on you, whoever the fuck you are. You try going to the job centre and you've got a history of having a psychotic illness because you go for an elaborate interview and you try telling me, oh, I haven't worked for 10 years, and I've been considered psychotic, yeah. Well, how many people do you think they're going to refer you to get a job? Probably fuck all. They probably will turn up. Well, actually, Mr. Clark, haven't you been advised that you shouldn't work? And this goes way back to when you were originally diagnosed, Mr. Clark. The only jobs I've got or had were people who didn't ask you questions like that. I had a job at an iron foundry, hard fucking work, well paid for labour. I got that job. Yeah, I didn't check. Get it? I'm just Joe Blogg's cunt labour. Come the fucking, in most people's mind, oh, fuck that, you know. I've got a real, there you go, there's your tip. Oh, I've got a real cushy job. I hardly do fuck all. Fuck working in an iron foundry, which is work. Oh, yeah. You spend the first part of your day making the moulds, which is the shoveling damp. I know I've done it. Damp sand into a mould, lifting them off, putting the bottom half, you've got an area, right? And then you then start filling the top moulds, making them. And again, if you fuck up, chip up, or whatever, that's scrapped. You know, that mould won't make a good product and you'll lose. It's all numbers, but whatever. And I was trained, as you are, and as a trainee, I got slightly less pay, but also the guy training me was allowances for me. Well, obviously he's not going to do his normal number of moulds because he's training someone. All that thing, right? But it's hard work. Then you stop. Right, you've done your moulds. You might be a bit ahead of time, get it? Because you've only got so much area. Then a whistle goes. Right, and it's just telling everyone the fucking metal's ready. And you go and pick up the molten metal. So then you get this trolley thing. Right? Big long thing, it's all weighed out. So it's fairly safe, but you wear boots, special boots. You get issued them boots to protect your feet because molten metal, imagine. So they're like steel toe hard caps on steroids. You know, they're probably the most advanced boots you can get, but you won't want to wear them around, but they're really protected, right? And they've got a certificate as well, rare, right? And you need that, and you've probably got an apron as well. So a leather apron. Again, if you happen to spill metal or whatever, you're relatively protected. Oh, and fucking big gloves, right? So you're all geared up. Right? Then you trot along, and there's these places where the molten metal is filled into the little trolleys. And the trolley's just enough for one mould. But there's two of you. You work, your trainer, get it, are doing that together. And you get your stuff, and then you cast them. And sometimes, like I say, the thing will just go poof, because of a defect, air pocket or whatever, and that's the end of your mould. Rare. And then you do the whole lot, and then you have a tea break. Yeah. Metal's got to settle, if you like. So you have a tea break. You do have no tea break. So you're waiting for that. And then your final thing for the day, the moment of truth, is you break open your moulds and see how many successful articles you've made. Get it? And then on that, well, that's it. I think they're left and they're picked up. I don't seem to remember we put them in. They were just left where they were, but that's the end of your day. And that's the job I had. And when I think about it, well, I didn't. If I went manic or got high, fucking hell, wee, imagine I didn't, but wee, molten metal, oh, right, yeah, it would be, but it wasn't. I was grounded, and I was using the power of prayer, and I managed to do a job like that, which you can. So, again, I have a look at the time. No, I've done these fuckers up to 3 hours. But I am getting physical thing. Like I say, I haven't even had a shower yet. This is like I've just got out of bed, but I am. But that is because I get mail, which I didn't get. I'm waiting for a card reader, which I haven't got. And that card reader will enable me to read the card from a new bank account, and I can register online. But it's coming, it'll come tomorrow. But I have got a phone thing, so I can phone up the bank, got 800 number, and it'll give me a balance. So that's all I really need, but it's nice to have online banking because you can keep an eye on any scam shit. Get it? You get a little bit of that. People buying or using your card to buy goods for themselves. It's minimalised a bit now because they tighten things up. So yes, I like to monitor my money. But I come tomorrow, it'll probably come. I get the card reader, it reads the card, it generates a number. Incredible technology, generates a number, and then you put that number into the website. It recognises who you are, get it rare, and then there's probably a few other bibs and bobs you do, but that's it. Right. God bless. I've just called it that, but I think, well, I could just leave it at updatey because that's what it is. And back to Facebook, which I haven't checked, but oh no, your money's been sent. I couldn't redirect it because it was no longer pending, and which is what you said in your message. But okay, I'm showing you how to do it. I'm being enough, but yeah, but I couldn't do that. Love. It had gone, and I sent you a receipt. Any problems? I've got the receipt. And I sent it to Mark Zuckerberg. He's got the receipt proving I have sent it, and it has gone to the address. And in my reckoning, I do only now owe £150. And I'll do that standing on my fucking head, cunt or whatever, in 2 weeks' time, well ahead of what we agreed. We agreed I've gotten to the end of March. Well, it's going to be the first week in February, so I'm a bit early. And then obviously I'd appreciate whatever the arrangements are going to be. I'll reiterate that. I do not wish you to book me my detox visit because I do not wish to be stitched up. Get it? For, let's get it right, 60%. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, I can't check that. Can't be bothered. You're that petty. I was under the impression that you were going to be paying 60% of my accommodation charges, and I was only 40%. But okay, well, I will check that later. But so I don't want to pay any accommodation charges up front, rare, until I'll pay it, order it once I get my winnings. That's it. I put my foot. That's it. No more fucky bouty with Graham McClarkey. You're getting 150 quid and that's it. And this other thing, well, I'm doing it now on a video, making it really clear. No, I don't want you to book my detox visit to Canada. And no, I'm not intending to pay you my accommodation fees out of my money. Any problems, get back to me and we'll go to fucking court. Yeah. So I've just about had enough of this shit. Have a nice day.